tonight, community spirit shines.
I think it's the same story with these small towns. They come together, they bind.
How neighbors are helping neighbors pull through an extremely difficult time in western Manitoba. Also tonight, the invasion spreads. Which popular Manitoba lake is the latest to find zebra mussels, and how officials are responding. Plus, sipping sustainably.
Most of the people I talked to with apple trees had more fruit than they knew what to deal with.
When life gave him apples, he made cider, and the ideas continue to bubble up from there.
CTV News. Live from downtown Winnipeg with Taylor Brock.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Devastating overland flooding in the Parklands region continues to swamp basements and wash away highways. But along with the high water come stories of hope and resilience. CTV's Joseph Bernacki reports.
As floodwaters hit the town of Swan River this week, people raced against time to sandbag. One store owner even opened up her store at all hours of the day and night to help.
I don't feel I'm a hero. I feel I'm just a community member doing what needs to be done.
Schindler is the owner of Swan River's Home Hardware. In between helping neighbors evacuate from their homes, she decided her store needed to stay open.
I had made the decision that I was going to open for Canada Day and I was going to be available all night.
And business was brisk, but also came with gratitude.
We went through probably 300 to 400 pumps in the last 3 days.
As water rushed down the slopes of Duck Mountain Provincial Park, residents near Ethelbert pitched in to save nearby livestock. Kevin Bays farms cattle west of the village. Bays says a neighbor's cattle herd and his dog were in trouble as rainfall washed away their pasture.
A couple of dozen calves that were stranded on a sandbar in the middle of the Pine River. We were able to navigate our way across the river and get that dog a bag of dog food and get those yearlings some feed because there was just nothing for them there.
In Roblin, resident Chris Paul saw the aftermath from above flying this drone over the community on Canada Day. Since then, he's been helping neighbors sandbag and deliver supplies to those in need.
Folks are pulling up to yards and helping pump out basements. That's what Canada is, I like to think, right? Like it's neighbors helping neighbors. It's you see it out there. That's the Canada, right? Across the street, my neighbor helping his parents and this stranger helping my parents, and it just so on and so on.
Joseph Bernacki, CTV News, Winnipeg.
According to Manitoba Parks, campers and cottagers stuck in Duck Mountain Provincial Park are being given a temporary window to leave. That's happening tomorrow morning from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Vehicles will be escorted through PR 366. However, no trailers are allowed. More details can be found at ctvnewswinnipeg.ca. Meantime, people in Swan River are stuck waiting for waters to recede before they can begin cleaning up. Mayor Lance Jacobson says while water levels look to have dropped by about 30 centimeters since Wednesday, there's still a couple meters to go.
It's very heart-wrenching, and you walk up to somebody and you see that face and people are just on the verge of, just breaking down, and you feel that, and you want to do the same thing yourself, and you're helpless.
The upwards of 200 households that were forced to flee their homes are still in limbo. An evacuation order is still in place for parts of the town. However, some residents have made quick trips back to rescue pets and grab essentials. Swan River was also hit by flooding on June 8th. Repairs such as the CN rail line were almost done before this week's storm arrived. Manitoba Premier Rob Canoe put in a request for federal assistance on Wednesday and said Thursday discussions were ongoing.
Not only would additional human resources on the ground help to respond to the immediate needs, but it would give people a chance to get a good night's sleep after having pulled many all-nighters. It'd give a chance for folks who've been going all out to catch their breath, and certainly that's what's needed, because looking at the scale of the cleanup that is going to be necessary, there's going to be weeks of work ahead.
A spokesperson for the Federal Minister of Emergency Management said today that some kind of personnel deployment was planned, but that details were still being finalized. Road conditions have improved enough that Manitoba Public Insurance is reopening its parkland locations. Service centers in Dauphin and Swan River reopened today. Appointments will continue as scheduled, but due to overland flooding, mobile appointments in the Dauphin area remain canceled. Now that includes mobile estimating and driver test appointments. Impacted drivers will be contacted to rebook appointments when road conditions allow. Customers with vehicle damage due to flooding are encouraged to open a claim as soon as possible. Another tornado has been confirmed in Manitoba in June. The Northern Tornadoes Project has rated the June 28th tornado that was spotted at Lake of the Prairies EF1. It says the tornado started at 8:05 p.m. and had a maximum wind speed of 150 kilometers an hour. Drone footage captured damage to trees and buildings on a farm property. It is the 8th confirmed tornado to hit our province in June. A senior has been killed in a two-vehicle crash on Highway 8. It happened on Thursday afternoon. Officers say an 86-year-old Toulon man was driving a sedan heading west on PR 229 when it collided with a pickup truck heading south on Highway 8. The 86-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the pickup, a 48-year-old Niverville man, was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. He was later discharged. The crash is still under investigation. Several big-name acts are rocking their way into Winnipeg this weekend for the return of the Thunder concert series. The party started this evening with chart-topping country singer Bailey Zimmerman, who's headlining Country Thunder. Other acts tonight at Princess Auto Stadium were Coy Wetzel, Josh Ross, and Robin Ottolini. And rebellious rock legends Molly Crew headline tomorrow's Rockin' Thunder, also at Princess Auto Stadium. They're joined by fellow rockers 3 Days Grace, Hailstorm, and Canadian songstress J.J. Wild. At last check, there were still tickets available. Just head to bluebombers.com or Ticketmaster. And if you're looking for something a little less high octane, Assiniboine Park's Summer Entertainment Series gets underway this weekend. The summer concert series kicks off Sunday evening with performances by True Mountain Laurel and the Haleys. Shows take place every Thursday and Sunday evening until the end of August. Sundays also see the return of jazz in the Leo Mole Sculpture Garden. That goes Sundays at noon. And the Leaves Garden concert series begins Saturday morning at 11. That brings us to our first look at tonight's weather. It's currently 17 degrees here in downtown Winnipeg. Few clouds in the sky, light winds with pressure dropping. Humidity quite high, though, at 89%. Tonight in Winnipeg, actually, temperatures aren't going to be much cooler. 15 degrees is the coolest it'll get for us, with that partly cloudy sky continuing. Tomorrow morning starts off with a mix of sun and cloud and 18 degrees. In Winnipeg, the apple doesn't fall far from the cider tank. Still to come on the show, we'll show you how your fruit tree could make you a few extra bucks. Manitoba Justice says a woman died in custody at the Winnipeg Remand Centre Wednesday. The department was unable to provide any details about the 25-year-old's death or why she was in custody, citing privacy reasons. The death has been reported to the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner. A 16-year-old boy has been arrested in northern Manitoba after a social media user posted a video of himself threatening to live stream a shooting. RCMP say they arrested a teen in St. Teresa Point First Nation on Wednesday. Officers seized 4 unsecured firearms and ammunition. The teens charged with uttering threats. The average price of gas in Manitoba has reached the lowest point in 4 months. That's according to online gas monitoring service GasBuddy. It shows the average price in our province at $1.54 a litre for regular gasoline, a price not seen since March 1st. Still, that's 23.3 cents higher than the average from this time last year. And there's a bit of fluctuation depending on where you happen to be. Our cameras captured prices slightly above the average in the city's core, while other areas had prices around $1.47 or $1.45. A supply chain expert with the University of Manitoba says there are likely two reasons you're seeing that inconsistency: competition and the price of the gas when the station bought it.
If the gas in my tank in my pumps right now was bought at a lower level, I would sort of, share that with my consumer, right? I mean, I would lower my price to account for that and still maintain my percentage margin. Then on the other hand, though, if it happened to be higher price, so it all depends upon when they actually bought the gas that's currently in the pump.
And in case you were wondering, the lowest average price recorded on this day since 2008 was just over 90 cents a litre. That was in 2017. A sign of the season, emerald ash borer treatment is beginning on Monday. Winnipeg trees infected with the pest will be sprayed with triazine. It will target a number of locations in the southern part of the city, specifically zones 13 to 18 and zone 25. That includes areas such as Elm Park, Southdale, and River Park South. Spraying happens Monday to Friday between 5:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. if the weather allows. The program runs through August. More details can be found at winnipeg.ca/insect control. Winnipeg may not be known for its apple trees, but they're all over the city's yards. When the fruit is ripe, it's actually hard to know what to do with it all. If you don't want it to turn into a feast for pests or simply chucked in the garbage, you have another option. Here's CTV's John Hendricks.
Planted back in 2014, Lori Michelson's Carmine cherry tree has grown very large.
It's beautiful to be inside the tree, like you go in through the branches and kind of climb up a little bit to gather the fruit.
And there's an awful lot to gather.
It varies from year to year. The best year was, I think, 51 kilograms of fruit off this one tree.
That's a lot more fruit than she could ever possibly use herself. So, to prevent it from going to waste, the excess goes to Next Friend Cider.
Next Friend Cider is a food waste initiative masquerading as a cider company.
Like many big ideas, Jesse Oberman started small. His neighbor had more apples from his tree than he needed. So, Oberman took the apples and decided to make some cider. Then the neighbor told their cousin, who told their friend, and so on and so on.
All of a sudden, I had a lot of apples on my hands.
And that's where Next Friend Cider came into the picture. Working out of Low Life Barrel House, Oberman now takes excess fruit from backyards across the city and turns it into several different varieties of cider.
We use barrels, we use tanks. Sometimes, like last year when we got more fruit than we knew what to do with, it's all about just finding a place to put the apple juice.
Oberman and his team pick some of the fruit themselves, but demand is so great, many people just drop off the fruit at Next Friend Cider's Daly Street location, where he pays commercial rates for it.
I think it's exceptional because not only is it rescuing that food from becoming waste and producing methane if it were going into a landfill, or just even rotting on the ground and creating maybe a mess or an issue with pests, it's being put to good use. And also it provides a little bit of a subsidized income to the person with that harvest.
Last year, they converted 60,000 pounds of excess fruit into cider, and they're always open for more, meaning there will be less waste in Winnipeg and more delicious cider. John Hendricks, CTV News, Winnipeg.
If you have extra apples or cherries that you don't want, you can drop them off at Next Friend Cider's tap room on Daly Street. And if you want to try the final product, it's being sold in Manitoba liquor marts and some restaurants. Mosquito trap counts are increasing, but there is some relief in sight.
84 is the citywide mosquito average.
However, some neighborhoods are seeing numbers between 250 and 500. That's enough to move the city from a medium rating to high. To deal with the jump, the city will start fogging tomorrow night at 9:30, weather permitting. The first neighborhoods being treated are south of the Assiniboine River, including Charleswood, River Heights, Fort Garry, and St. Vital.
The winds will bring mosquitoes, will move mosquitoes around the city and from outside the city. More so that, that's what will impact, the numbers we'll see moving forward is what the predominant wind direction is, because there is a lot of mosquitoes, outside the city limits right now.
Because of that, the city will be keeping an eye on wind patterns. The city is using a Delta Guard 20EW, a Health Canada approved insecticide for fogging. Homeowners can apply for a buffer zone by contacting the city online, by fax, or in person. It does require a minimum 72-hour turnaround time. Spraying will take place between 9:30 p.m. and 6:30 a.m. Still to come, watching out for zebra mussels. We'll show you where they've been spotted, plus cloudy and hot. We'll show you how long the heat wave will last. Still to come in your complete Skywatch forecast. Tonight's weather photo, in my opinion, is very cute. Thank you to Darren for sending this one in over in Victoria Beach. You can send your weather photos to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca. It's nice to see some greenery after a few days of, well, a lot of flooding across Manitoba. We are expecting, however, some more rain on its way, actually, along with temperatures to rise. As we can see, starting overnight, coming in from Saskatchewan into the very southwest corner here in Manitoba, that potential for thunderstorms even by the time most folks wake up in the morning, and actually rain across this whole province really tomorrow as well. We're going to watch the system that we saw in the south actually push up a little, leaving a very long trail of scattered showers that are sticking around throughout the day. On Sunday, however, this system is hopefully going to mostly clear out. We're going to have a stronger thunderstorm very far north in Manitoba in the afternoon on Sunday, but at the same time we'll start to have a bit of a drier end to the weekend for us in the south. Right now it is currently expected low of 8 degrees in Churchill. Clear, however, overnight for you folks. Tomorrow pretty hot, a high of 24 degrees there, but 27 as the expected high in Gillam, with a mostly cloudy sky tomorrow. Cloudy tonight in the northwest. However, here comes that rain and potential for thunderstorms that we saw just a moment ago for folks to kick off the weekend. Cloudy tonight in Brandon with 15 degrees as our low there. 26 as the high tomorrow with those showers again. A lower chance of a thunderstorm, but again expect those showers here in Winnipeg. We'll be getting them as well just a little later in the day with a high of 28 degrees. So hot and rainy. You can expect quite the humidity. Tomorrow in Kenora, 26 degrees as the expected high. Quite cloudy. However, we're not going to be seeing that rain. And taking a look at our 7-day forecast, as mentioned, Sunday likely to be that heat with a lot of humidity, with 30 degrees as our expected high. We are continuing to feel the heat throughout the week. Zebra mussel larvae have been detected in another southwestern Manitoba waterway. The province has activated the Aquatic Invasive Species Early Detection Response Plan for Lake of the Prairies. Now that's a water body running between Manitoba and Saskatchewan. Routine monitoring found positive larvae samples in the water there. Now a specific monitoring plan is being developed to prevent and contain the spread. All water users leaving the Lake of the Prairies will be required to decontaminate their boats and equipment before entering another water body. Inspection stations are set up around Manitoba. The Bombers are back on the road. We'll show you what the Ticats are in store for this Sunday when the Blue and Gold takes over Hamilton next. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers head to Hamilton Sunday. CTV's Daniel Homerson has more.
In the score zone, and the ball comes out in a huge hit.
Things haven't quite clicked for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers through the team's first 3 games of the CFL season, most recently in a fumble-filled affair against the Edmonton Elks last Thursday.
Anytime you lose a ball or a bad play happens, you face some sort of, disappointment within yourself. So we definitely had that, but, we're professional, so it's about bouncing back.
There were some bright spots against the Elks. The offense crawled back from an early 17-0 deficit, and the defense limited Edmonton through most of the second half to keep the Bombers within striking distance. But a late comeback drive fell short, dropping the team's record to 1-2.
We got 3 phases and we got to complement each other out there. That's the biggest thing. Football's not just about offense, not just about defense, not about special teams, about how all 3 phases come together and play together.
The Blue and Gold will look to bounce back Sunday evening in Hamilton against the Ticats, who bested the Bombers back in week 2.
We know exactly how that game went. We still kind of on our hearts a little bit, and I'm glad we get to play against them and get to let it loose.
Head coach Mike O'Shea says the defense will need to keep Bo Levi Mitchell and Hamilton's high-powered offense from gaining any momentum.
Just get off the field more. Get off the field sooner. And that's just going to come with being where you're supposed to be and finishing a play when it comes your way to make,
Kickoff from the Hammer goes Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, live on TSN.
This win's extremely important. We got to get back into our groove, got to get back in the win columns.
Daniel Homerson, CTV News, Winnipeg.
This Sunday at the World Cup in Texas, Canada is taking on Morocco. But meanwhile, here in Winnipeg, CTV photojournalist Scott Anderson was at the Forks this afternoon, finding out if World Cup fever has hit Winnipeg.
Well, for me, it's going to be like a hard game between Morocco and Canada because for me, I'm separate 50-50 for Morocco and for Canada because I'm Canadian Moroccan.
We're up here for her brother's wedding, but it's just the timing just working out so we can watch the game. So
squeeze it in before the
barely.
I never really followed it before, but I've definitely heard more about it this year than I have in the past. I know more people are watching it than in my circle. People are more interested for sure.
Somewhat, sort of keeping up with it, but not really. I'm busy working during the time that it's on, so it's kind of hard. But all I know is that Canada went to the round 16, which is the first time ever. So now I'm probably going to make a point to actually watch right now.
It's highlighted it, and it's brought it to let's say a global audience, showing the beauty of Canada and the what we can actually do, and we're more than just smiling people that say sorry a lot.
Have you been watching the World Cup at all?
No.
Any interest in the World Cup?
No, I know Canada. They've been doing pretty good, I think.
I'm hoping Canada wins.
Yes.
But I think, logically, I think Morocco's going to win. 3-0 for Canada.
3-2 for Canada.
I just honestly hope that this brings more money to the sport here in Canada, to start creating new programs, to get new players, and it's always just another opportunity to young kids and people to just pursue a new career also.
Still to come, the man behind the camera retires. What he's done during his more than 5 decades in Winnipeg television, despite not looking a day over 25. And we'll break down tomorrow's forecast next.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
We can expect a rainy afternoon here in Winnipeg with temperatures reaching a high of 28 degrees. And before we go tonight, I would like to bid farewell to one of my best friends here at CTV News Winnipeg. After 55 years in the industry, Gary Robson is retiring. 39 of those have been with us. That's Gary, by the way. Very excited. He's already given up on his teleprompter. I'm going to have to rush through this one. Just to say thank you, Gary, for all of the years I have known you. Obviously, the very many decades you have been in Winnipeg television. And I'm very thankful you didn't become an electrician. So thank you, Gary, for watching, and thank you. Have a good night.